Animated movies play an important role in the movie industry. These animations can shape culture. You must have heard of many animated movies that entertain all audiences despite their age. In this video, we will discuss the 10 best-selling animations of all time that amazed everyone. If you are as curious as me, let us dive in, guys. Animated movies hold great importance in modern society. The animations can influence the culture, education, and the economy. Earlier, the animations are made by drawings. It has gone through many changes and reached where animations can be generated by computers. The world of animations has contributed and has given rise to many unforgettable tales that fascinated everyone. Let us now discover the 10 best animations that are ever made. Kicking off the list at number 10, we have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the iconic animated movie that gave birth to feature-length animated films. This movie was produced by Walt Disney Productions. The magic of Walt Disney can be indeed seen in this movie. His approach to storytelling, combined with brilliant animation techniques, gave rise to a movie that captured the hearts of audiences globally. We all know about the success of Disney in the animation field. This was the movie that contributed to that. This allowed Disney to invest in many other projects and set up a studio as a leader in animated filmmaking. Up next at number 9, we have Spirited Away, another bestseller that made a remarkable success in the movie industry. This movie is directed by Hayao Miyazaki and was released in 2001. This is a landmark Japanese animation. This film was not only a success, but also won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. This story is about a young girl who becomes trapped in a mysterious and magical world while on her way home. This movie introduces us to a world that has spirits, witches, unreal creatures, and many more. This movie delves into the complications of human emotions and their relationships. Almost every character in the film is relatable. The animation and the visual aesthetics of this movie are breathtaking. This movie amazes everyone with its vibrant colors, beautiful backgrounds, and fluid movements. Each character in this movie is carefully designed. Have you ever heard of the film The Lion King? Yes, the story of Simba. Next, at number 8, we have The Lion King. This movie was released in 1994, directed by Roger Allers and Rob Minkoff. This is a timeless animated classic that left an incredible mark of success in the world of cinemas. The set of this movie is the African savanna. This narrates the journey of Simba, a young lion cub destined to be the king of the Pride Lands. The main theme of this movie is the exploration of identity, responsibility, and the nature of life. This movie also talks about the darker side of human nature. This movie set new standards for animation with the use of computer-generated imagery and hand-drawn animation. This movie also has thrilling landscapes and vibrant colors. This gives the audience a visual feast. This movie, with its incredible animation, brings the African savanna to life. If you thought that was amazing, then the next animated film will blow your mind. At number 7, we have The Toy Story. This movie was released in 1995. This film is an American comedy film directed by John Lasseter and produced by Pixar Animation Studios. It was the first entirely computer-animated feature film and the first feature film from Pixar. The story is about a group of toys that belong to a boy named Andy. The toys come to life when humans are not around. The toys are fighting to win the heart of Andy. This story visualizes the importance of friendship and the fear of being replaced. This film showcases the power of computer-generated animation for storytelling. Each character is perfectly designed. We can see that from the costumes of every character and many other scenes in that movie. This movie paved the way for more effective visual storytelling, which was unattainable in traditional animation. At number 6, we have the animated movie Akira, which is a landmark in Japanese animation and the most influential and iconic anime film ever made. This iconic movie was directed by Katsuhiro Otomo and was released in 1988. This movie is a dystopian and cyberpunk epic that pushed the boundaries of animation. This has a better narration and visual innovations. The setting of this movie is a post-apocalyptic Tokyo called Neo-Tokyo. Akira is the story of a gang of teenage biker rebels, specifically childhood friends Kaneda and Tetsuo, who accidentally stumble across a military project. The military project was to use telekinetic humans as weapons, but the government captures Tetsuo. This movie grossed $49 million worldwide. It has shaped the modern sci-fi genre. We can see a lavish hand-drawn animation, and this set a new standard for the animation industry. Halfway through the list at number 5, we have Grave of the Fireflies. This animated movie is mainly based on survival and loss. The Grave of the Fireflies was directed by Isao Takahata and was released in 1988. It was his first animated film, produced by Studio Ghibli. It is set during the final months of World War II. It is the story of a brother and his sister who are orphaned because of the war. They go through a hard journey to find and afford things for their basic needs. Studio Ghibli is known for its exceptional animations. This movie is also their work, so that we can see that level of animation in this movie. This movie doesn't fail to give an emotional impact through the animations. Do you know the story of Beauty and the Beast? At number 4, we have the famous movie Beauty and the Beast, which indeed is an animated masterpiece. This movie was released in 1991 and was directed by Gary Trousdale and Kirk Wise. This movie is a typical example of a fairy tale. This movie holds a special place in the hearts of audiences globally. This movie follows the story of Belle, a beautiful young lady who finds herself in a castle ruled by the Beast. Beast is a prince who is cursed to live in monstrous form. The main theme of this story is about inner peace and love. This movie has a traditional hand-drawn animation with other techniques. All these made this movie a great success. The scene of the ballroom dance in this movie deserves everything. It is a masterpiece of animation. This movie showcases the skill of Disney animation. It was the first animated film to receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Picture. In at number 3 is the famous animated movie Finding Nemo. This movie takes us through an underwater adventure. This iconic movie was released in 2003, directed by Andrew Stanton, and was produced by Pixar Animation Studios. The story is about a clownfish, Marlin, who is on a journey across the big ocean to find Nemo, his son. This movie shows us the importance and the loving bond between parent and child. This movie was also famous for its exceptional animation. The scenes the underwater is defined clearly and beautifully. Even the small sea creature has its importance in this movie. The color grading of this movie is amazing. It adds to the beauty of the ocean. Finding Nemo is one of Pixar's most famous films. Since this movie was a hit, it led to a sequel, Finding Dory. This movie was released in 2016. This movie was a great hit among the kids and the adults. At number 2, we have The Incredibles. This is a superhero family adventure movie that became famous for its animation and story. The Incredibles was released back in 2004 and was directed by Brad Bird. This is also an animated superhero movie produced by Pixar Animation Studio. This movie is a story about a family who all are superheroes. They overcome every struggle and challenge of everyday life with their superpowers. The main theme of this movie is family and familial responsibility. This film has a combining cutting-edge computer-generated imagery with a retro, mid-century aesthetic. The character designs draw inspiration from the style of the 1960s. The animation in this movie uses bold colors and sleek design, which contribute to the overall look of this movie. The Pixar animated studio again made an iconic film that set new boundaries in filmmaking. Finally, at number 1 is the animated movie WallE, which became famous for its exceptional animation and unique storytelling. This movie was released in 2008 and was directed by Andrew Stanton. This film is also produced by Pixar Animated Studios. Now you know the importance and the power that Pixar Animated Studios have in the film industry. They are a great success in the production of animated movies. This movie also stands out for its intense exploration of environmental consciousness. The movie is set in a distant future, where Earth has been abandoned by humans due to environmental degradation. The character, WallE, is a waste-collecting robot who is left to clean the planet. The main theme of this movie is consumerism and environmentalism. The animation in this movie is amazing. This will give you goosebumps. The expressive eyes of WallE convey a range of emotions. This movie was indeed a visual feast for the audience.